Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am making another relactation video. So I have made relactation videos in the past, and today is going to be another relactation video answering just the most commonly asked questions that I get asked about my relactation journey. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, be sure that you do that. Hit that subscribe button. As I mentioned, I have other videos about relactation that you might find helpful. I have a video about my relactation journey, the whole story of it, why I did it, and I will link that above. I also have a relactation video, just my 5 top tips for relactation. I will link that as well. So I had no idea that when I posted my relactation video that so many people were going to have an interest in my relactation journey. I get questions every day on Instagram, personal DMs, on YouTube, just asking questions about my relactation journey, and I've noticed a pattern in a lot of the questions. And so that's what I have here today for you, is just the most commonly asked questions answered. Since the questions are from all different platforms, I did write them down in my notebook. So if you see me looking down, I am just reading the questions that I have. So many of you are on your relactation journey, which I just think is awesome. Relactation is really difficult, but if it's something you're passionate about doing and you just feel that that is the best decision for you and your baby, oh my goodness, I support you 100% with that. I'm so excited for anyone that wants to relactate, because it's such a great option that many women, I think, don't know that they can do. And let's just get on into these relactation questions. So these are all just common questions that I get a lot, and some are really specific, and I would get that question a lot, so I just wrote down like that specific question. But I know that it's one that I have answered numerous other times. Question number 1 is, you recommend to pump every 2 hours, but you only pumped 4 times a day. Why do you recommend every 2 hours? So I talk about this in my relactation tips video. I recommend women, when they are relactating, to pump every 2 hours. However, when I was doing my relactation journey, I only pumped 4 times a day. That is because when you are relactating, you have to tell your body that you have a new baby. Your body has to respond like you just had a baby. When you have a newborn, you breastfeed every 2 hours. You feed the baby every 2 hours. I personally did not feel that I needed to pump every 2 hours, because that is not something that I ever did with my baby boy Banks, and he's the one I relactated with. From the get-go with him, from the time he was a newborn, I was only ever pumping maximum of 3 times. So 4 times was even more than what I had been pumping when he was a newborn. So I just feel like I was really in tune with my body on that. I think I just knew that I could get my supply back with 4 pumps, because that was 1 pump more than what I had even been doing when he was a newborn. I recommend 2 hours to any other woman that's trying to relactate, because that is just the standard recommendation for relactating, is pumping every 2 hours. You want to treat the relactation process like you just had a baby, and when you just had a baby, you breastfeed every 2 hours. Next question, my nipples are bleeding and it's super painful. Would you still keep trying or give up? So I think it just kind of depends on what your reason for pumping is and how passionate you are about it. If it is something that you just 100% want to do and need to do, then I would maybe seek out a lactation consultant and make sure that your flange sizes fit correctly. I would talk to your doctor if there's any sort of a cream that you can help your nipples heal while still pumping. There's lots of great options out there. If it's something that you're just not super passionate about and you're just kind of, giving it a shot and seeing if you could do it, I don't like a lot of pain, so I maybe wouldn't continue on with that. But it's totally personal preference, and if it's something that you are passionate about doing, I think that there would be options to help you through the pain. Next question is, did you only pump or did you breastfeed and pump? I personally only pumped. I have a whole video explaining why I chose to exclusively pump for both of my babies, and I will link that above. But for me, I never did breastfeed. My first daughter, we breastfed for about 2 weeks, and then I switched to exclusively pumping because she had a really bad latch. And then my son, we switched to exclusively pumping also after about 3 weeks of breastfeeding. So when I was relactating, I never did breastfeed and pump. I only exclusively pumped. And I've gotten quite a few scenarios like this next question of an unsupportive person, so I'll read this. My mother-in-law is super unsupportive of the idea of trying to relactate, and it's making me second guess it. Any words of encouragement to sway me back into the idea? I would just not listen to anyone who has anything negative to say about it. It's not their baby, it's not their body. The only other person you need to be concerned with is your significant other and your baby. So your baby's on board if you're on board, and your significant other, I think it's important for them to be on board too. As I discussed in my top 5 tips video, that's to get a support person that you are is just really on board with you and supporting you, because you will need that support when you're trying to relactate, because it is a very difficult journey. So yeah, I would ignore any negative comments that anyone says about relactation. It is a very personal decision, and I would not take anyone else's ideas into consideration when you're deciding if it's something that you should personally do. And this next question I get all the time, and it is, I'm so surprised you only had to pump 4 times a day. Do you do it the same time every day? I did only have to pump 4 times a day. I had a really established milk supply, I think, before I weaned and dried up. So I think that helped with my relactation, was just having that really good and steady supply. And I did pump the exact same times every day. So I would always do a morning pump around maybe like 5:30, and then my second pump would probably be around 10. Third pump would be at 2 when the kids went down for their nap, and then my last pump of the day would be right before I went to bed, probably like 8. Next question is, how long would you say you pump for? All of my pump sessions were probably close to, I don't know, 30 minutes at max. I know sometimes I would even let my pump pump all the way until it just turned off, which it does that at 45 minutes, I believe. So yes, I was only pumping 4 times a day, but my pump sessions were really long pump sessions. Next question is, did your doctor recommend relactation, or did you ever talk to him/her about it? I'm afraid my doctor will think I'm crazy. I never did talk to my doctor about relactation. I remember mentioning it to my son's pediatrician once when we figured out that he had the milk protein allergy, but she didn't even blink an eye at it. She was just like, well, if you want to do that, you can. But yeah, no, I didn't talk to a doctor about it at all. What I did was come on YouTube and research about relactation and listen to other people's stories and decide for myself if that's what I wanted to do or not. And I decided to give it a try. I'm really happy that I did just decide to go for it and didn't wait to talk to my doctor or anything about that, because the longer you wait to try relactation, the harder it will be to successfully relactate. Next question is a question that I have gotten a lot of similar questions like this one. My baby is 7 weeks old and I have never breastfed or given him breast milk. I see other moms breastfeeding and really want to breastfeed my baby boy too. I don't even feel like I have the proper support to even try. Can I still relactate and breastfeed? So I get messages all the time from women that never attempted to breastfeed, don't really know where to start with breastfeeding. Maybe their babies are around 8 weeks old or so, and didn't feel like they had any support in the hospital to even learn how to breastfeed. This breaks my heart because as a mom, if you want to breastfeed, you should be able to. You should be given the opportunity to try all the strategies that are known to try and get your baby to breastfeed. So if you are seeing other moms breastfeeding their babies and that is something you want to try, I want you to know that you can 100% attempt to still do that when your baby is 7 weeks, 8 weeks old. I mean, that is not that old to try and relactate. But I also want you to know that if it's something that doesn't happen for you, or you just think it's going to be too difficult for you personally to try and relactate, that is okay. You are going to still be an amazing mom. You're not going to be any less of a mom for not being able to relactate. And your baby's going to be perfectly fine. All of our kids are going to graduate from high school one day, and we're not going to be able to tell which baby was fed breast milk and which baby was fed formula. And if it is something that you are really wanting to try and you don't feel like you got that good start, that good try at the beginning, see a lactation consultant, talk to your doctor. Those are excellent resources to use if you are thinking about relactating and think it's something you would like to do. And this next question is by far the question that I get asked the most frequently. I have had so many moms message me on my Instagram from seeing my relactation video on YouTube, and they always want to know this question: was relactation worth it? For me, it was 1000% worth it because I was able to get my full milk supply back in 4 weeks. And I originally relactated because my son had a milk protein allergy, wasn't able to take the formula we were giving him, and wouldn't take the formula the doctor was giving him. So he essentially wasn't eating anything. He also had blood in his diapers, which is really dramatic when you see that at home. No mom wants to open up their baby's diaper and see a bunch of blood. So yeah, I was willing to do anything it took to make sure my baby was eating and that he was feeling good with what he was eating. So for me, relactation was 100% worth it. I relactated fairly quickly. In 4 weeks, I had my full supply back. My baby thrived on my breast milk, really enjoyed it. I could tell he was happy to have it back. And yes, although it was a lot of work to relactate in those 4 weeks, and it's a lot of work to continue exclusively pumping until he was 9 months old, I would 100% still do it again because I felt that that was the best option for him. Okay guys, I hope you found those questions helpful. If you're trying to relactate, you got this. You're such a good mom for even trying. Be sure you are clicking that subscribe button and subscribing to my channel. I have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Reach out to me if you have any other questions about my relactation journey. I know when you're trying to relactate, it's a little difficult to find information and support. So if you are needing support, needing encouragement, have any other questions for me, be sure that you message me, and be sure that you are clicking that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.